What is going on, Nitro Gang? Happy to see you guys showing up here. Now, today is Thursday. I don't normally do streams on Thursday. But you know what I figured? I need to boost my Nitro repair efficiency. And what better way to boost efficiency than to repair more Nitros that I already own? So let me give you all a couple minutes here to show up. I'm going to wait a little while. I just got something interesting in my hand. Oh, who remembers this? Tower Hobbies Speed Mart. They want me to turn the page now. We'll turn the page in a little bit. Let me say hello to everyone that I see here showing up. We got John Hensley, how you doing? Wesley Jones, a Nitro Addiction, how are you, man? We got Nitro Gang Queen Melissa RC, Travis Robinson. Well, I'm going to give you all a little bit of time. Michael Sucha is here with us. Now, guys, I know you're looking at this and like, man, hybrid, this is just another HPI MT, right? It's another MT. There's nothing unique about this. There's nothing unique, but the fact is, every truck, every car, everything with a nitro engine is unique on this channel. And I'm a little bit proud of that. John, how you doing, man? Angel Garcia. Happy New Year to you too, man. OG's Nitro RC, how are you? Happy Thursday. Now, guys, I'm going to ask you all a little question. Jerome Hawkins, what's up, bro? Jerome Hawkins. I always mispronounce your name and say Jeremy, but it's not Jeremy, it's Jerome. Pizza and Nitro, how are you, man? J Farm Mining. J Farm Mining. It's better to farm J than Bitcoin. Honestly, I don't believe in Bitcoin. Andy Barnett, how are you? Rocky Mountain Bashers. Now, guys, when you look at this engine, what do you think about? I'm just going to ask you all a question. What do you think about? Of course, burning nitro is the answer. But there's a reason why this is on the table. There's also a reason why this is on the table. And there's also a reason why this is in my other hand. We have ourselves a situation, and it's a starting situation. This is one of those issues where old parts simply cannot get along. Now, I'm going to wait a little while longer, and I'm going to let you guys think about what my plan or what is wrong with this model before I continue. We got Lotus RC, the hardest working ethical moderator in all of YouTube, who also is working on a twin nitro T-Max. So if you want to see a twin nitro engine T-Max, he has that on his channel. I don't even have that, and I'm proud of that. Because when you reach levels where your own moderators have twin nitros engines in their trucks, you've succeeded. Now, guys, I want to point something out. In the title to this video, I put first generation RS4 Mt. Now, I know many of us have had the Nitro MT over the years. It's not a rare platform. There are many of them around. Max Paul 11, how are you, man? There's many of them around. Most of them with better bodies than this particular one. But you take what you can get. Mark Nugent, how are you, man? Happy Thursday to you. So first, I'm going to give you all a quick look around this fairly rare HPI engine. And I'm curious, anybody here in the chat ever had one? Andrew Surrey, what's up, man? Happy Thursday to you. Now, I don't normally do Thursday videos, but things have gone down in a positive way, and Thursday is a go. So if you appreciate what I do for the channel and every one of us out there, let me know. All right, so we got a 15SS. Anybody here ever run one of these? This one has a little bit of a minor issue, and it's not a compression issue. I'm going to spin it. We have average to adequate compression. I would say it's a normal compression. I have ran this one, but there's one particular situation. Doesn't seem to be a clutch bell situation. Tony Ferraro, how are you, brother? I was just watching the story of Wesley Jones, man. How you doing? Welcome to the Nitro Gang middle tier. Everybody, say hello to Wesley. Melissa, say hello to Wesley. No, say it like say hello, Wesley. I don't mean in the chat. I mean with your voice.
Hello, Wesley.
All right, she said it. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Anyway, so let me talk a little bit about this engine. This was a runner. Anybody see anything weird on this engine so far? Okay, so all of you should be saying at least two things right now, from my understanding. Two things. First, I want you to take a look at the one-way bearing. Anybody notice anything odd about the one-way bearing? And this is actually one of the main issues why this engine is outside of the car. Just Joe, what's going on, man? Happy to see you here. RC Cape Cod. So everybody just joining us, let me fill you in on what I'm doing. This is the very first generation HPI RS4 Mt. Tara Curry, how you doing? Happy Thursday to you. I almost said Friday, but today is Thursday. I self-corrected. You know how they have autocorrect in like your computer? I have autocorrect in the Nitro Gang streams. Autocorrect, baby. Anyway, Tony Ferrara goes, it's a Traxxas one-way bearing. That could be correct. All I know, I'm going to put on the pull starter later and you guys will see. Boosted RC, what's going on, bro? Happy to see you here. I hope you're taking care of business down there in the south where things are warm and sometimes swampy, but also cars don't rust as much. Am I correct? I think I'm correct. Lucas Stolkup, happy Thursday to you, man. So, one issue here. The carb, this is not the original carb, but it's okay. It's a one of those VX18 carbs. It's actually a direct fit if you ever run into issues where you need a carb. The VX16, VX18 rotary carbs will fit. The bad thing is they do have a very, very small carb venturi. So as I open it up, it's pretty much super tiny. Oh, Pizza Nitro got a question. Only RC Nitros, how are you, man? Guys, only RC Nitros got himself a sickening RC haul, and I just want all of us, including mostly me, to congratulate him. When he makes a deal, he gets it done. Okay, so what's the question?
So we moved to Thursday or just this week?
Nitro J, what's up, bro? You know, when I get the inspiration to do a stream, bro, I just fire that SOB up, man. Just like Stone Cold Steve Austin, you know, fires up the Steve Weisers. It's no different. Northeast Mods, how are you, bro? Okay, Z Chamberlain, how are you? He goes, I have to install that same engine in my RS4 Super Nitro. This was the premium engine for that time period. So let me just give a little bit of an introduction on what is unique about the 15SS. So it has a ton of cooling head fins, not particularly giant cooling head, but it's a lot of fins. This particular model is an ABC engine. So let's, for a second here, talk about the original engines that the old RS4 MT came with, or the RS4 rather, came with a 15 FE, which was an ABN engine. They didn't generally last for over 2 gallons of fuel. Their compression was garbage. Now these, they were, who here wants to take a guess? I did the research on it. Okay, this is not the correct header. This is just a random header I got. Question is, how much more horsepower was the 15SS rated for compared to the 15FE? That's the question. And you know what? I will attempt to look it up in this old Tower Hobbies Speed Mart circular. The time when nitros were running rich and loud on the covers of old RC magazines. Today, you pull out the newest RC car action magazines. And listen, I don't want to trash talk them. I love RC car action. Even if they put nothing but crawlers in there, I'm still going to get them. Why? Because it's still better than looking at a magazine with the host of The View on it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to look at a magazine with the host of The View on it. Here, they are proud to declare they have nitro cooling heads coming out of their RCs. Michael Sucha here with a super optimistic 1.5 horsepower. If you divided that by exactly 2, you would be correct. So these were rated at about 0.75, so 3/4 of a horsepower. In reality, that is 50% better for the same displacement in the 15FE. In a little bit, we will take a look. Now, this is the ultimate beast engine, right? And I know everyone is excited about the new RC10 GT being re-released. This is the engine you would have wanted back then. OS 12 CVR. That is a go. So we'll take a look at this if you guys want in a little bit. Curious to see how much... oh, they started off with Duratrax. Man, Duratrax was getting some good promo time back then, I gotta say. Every time you flipped something open, you had a Duratrax. Now, I know a dedicated viewer to the Nitro Gang is out there chasing Nitro buggies like this. His name is John. Last name, Hensley. This is actually a very underserved segment, in my opinion. The two-wheel drive buggy chassis. Very, very underserved. We'll continue to take a look at it later. Look at those coupons. You bought something 300 and over, $25 off. You know how many coupons I used to use back in the day? Oh my God, I don't even want to get myself started. Now, the coupons suck, everybody. They suck because everything is globalized. You know what I'm saying? All right, let us continue. The main problem, I have a pull starter. So why is this engine out of the car, you might want to ask. Go ahead, ask me, why is the engine out of the car? So far, nobody's asked me. By the way, you want a little overview of the chassis? I don't know, maybe some people haven't seen the first generation. I don't want to assume anything because, you know, when Budweiser hired a certain spokesperson that lives an alternative lifestyle, their stock crashed. So, me, don't want to assume nothing. Don't want stocks to crash. Angel Garcia here with a great question. He goes, why? So let me turn this around. So this particular one, the very, very first RS4 Mt. After this, they just began calling them Nitro MT. What's up there? We got Raw RC. Happy to see you here, man. Zachary Blanco goes, why is the motor out? So the reason is, it has to do with pull starter issues. So I'm going to attempt to fit this pull starter. We will see how it goes. It's pull start. It's always pull start issues. All right, so let me give you a quick look from the top down. Anybody notice anything odd about it? By the way, yes, this is one of those GPM aluminum bumpers. Front bumper skid plates. Honestly, it is not a direct fit. I do not recommend them. They look kind of okay, but it is not a direct fit. So normally, these would have had the world's tiniest bumper. Wesley Jones, new channel member, goes, why is it out? It's out because there's a pull starter issue, bro. I'm going to get to it. You know, I got to stretch this out a little bit. So let me show you right here just a couple of the upgrades I've made to this over, you know, my ownership experience. So normally, you see this nub right here? That is the original bumper. So not at all different from, let's say, like a buggy from this generation. Tiny bumper, so basically any crash you have, your shock shafts will almost instantly break. We got All Aspects RC with us here today. How you doing, man? If possible, can we get our dedicated moderator, Lotus, to drop All Aspects RC's link, if possible? That would be nice. That would be nice. Okay, let me continue. Max Settings goes, hybrid. Was that Nitro Demon a short course truck? The answer is yes. So in a little bit, I'll go over that. So what Max Settings is referring to is this here on the cover. That is the Dirt Demon, Nitro Demon from Duratrax. Actually, they ran into a problem with that because it was a copy design, quite sure from Associated at the time. I never had one. I did know people who have them. We got ourselves Corey. How you doing, man? Okay, so my overall, I would say, review on this GPM bumper, it's not my favorite. So this thing actually did not fit correctly. I had to grind a lot of the material over here. If I zoom in, you could see I've ground a good amount of material right there. For some reason, the way it was designed, it's not a good mold, but that's how it was. So let me do a quickie on the top of this chassis. Looking from the top, who here wants to find the 3D printed parts. Because there's a good amount of 3D printed parts I've already used here. Go ahead. One of them is right there. You see? Got the hand pointing to it. We got the hand. We got the hand pointing to it. Yo, Melissa. Can you bring me Sandy's cat laser? I need to use the laser. People need to see things with lasers. So 3D printed. This is a servo radio tray stay down. I think it's called a radio tray washer. Basically, you need this or else the screw will just fall through. There's also one right here, 3D printed. All this purple is 3D printed. Well, basically, this would lock in. You have your pin there, and it would position your radio tray so it wouldn't move up and down. Pretty clever design. Now, the second generation Nitro MT had a completely different battery tray, servo tray layout. Notice this one. Melissa, get the laser. Tarek says, get the laser. I don't know where she disappeared. She's not responding. I was just watching this movie on YouTube called No Way Home. Anybody ever here seen it? No Way Home. Pretty good movie. Sad ending. Seems to have been recorded by the Bayonne Bridge in Staten Island, New York. No Way Home. Jose Velasquez. How you doing, man? He goes, one of my favorite Nitro RCs. The Nitro MT. Yes, man. 3D printed, as you might know. All right. So as you could see here, they're using the common Melissa, I need Sandy's cat laser.
Why?
People want to see things with lasers. They said, we don't want to see hands. We want to see lasers. Go ahead, guys. Tell Melissa to get me the laser. So, the AA battery holder right under this on-off switch. I've replaced the on-off switch. Servo tray, in terms of servo mounting, is the same. So it still lifts out, but it's not as simple. You basically, the most annoying thing here, Jose Velasquez, you need these holders? Email me. I will send them to you, bro. For real, I'll print them out and send them to you this week. I am not joking. You need these holders? I got the files. These, I'm telling you, are super useful. They come in a pack. So, Jose, bro, send me your address again or whatever. Email. I'm going to check tonight. I will legit print you up 5 to 10 sets of them. No questions asked. Are you okay with purple or do you want black? I think purple is like an HPI color. Black is good too, though. You want to like have it look original, or so you want black? Right here, baby. We got the laser. Which ones you want? You want them in black or you want them in purple? Well, black and purple, bro, is going to require a filament change. That's not too easy. Personally, I like both of them. I think purple is the way to go. I mean, look how good that looks. That looks good. What's up, DST James, man? No funny business, just using a cat laser. You know? All right. Corey goes, am I sick? I mean, I'm better than I was before, but we all know everyone seems to have a lingering cough these days, don't they? And everyone also seems to think it's allergies. But yet we're all coughing up a lung. All right, so let me do a quickie on this once again. We got to tear into why don't pull starter problems. Front shocks got less oil than, it's negative oil. Monty Motorsports, how are you, bro? Negative oil. So if I have enough time tonight, I might do a shock oil kind of rebuild. 50 Kinwald. That guy's a racer. He knows something about shocks. All right, anyway, engine's out of the car. Let's talk about what the problem actually is so far in my understanding. So I have the engine here. I'm going to take out the pull starter. And you guys tell me what you think. I mean, I know what I think, but, you know, the reason I'm sharing this is because I'm curious to see what you think, of course. Oh, that's the wrong pull starter. That's just the classic Novorossi one. Sickening. This is just here for show. Actually, it wasn't here for show. I tried to make it fit. It didn't fit. All right, let's pull out the HPI pull starter. By the way, guys, I forgot to tell you all The Kyosho GT2 is back in stock. I just checked the links. You know, before we continue, I want to take a quickie and show you that the GT2, using my sickening links, just now back in stock. And also the LRP 32, get it. So I'm going to click the Kyosho GT2, back in stock. Just appeared. Michael Sucha, yeah, we got problems with shocks forever for some reason, man. So GT2 back in stock. Also, if you're looking for a proper top-level engine, LRP 32 in stock for now. $195 with a pull starter. Really nothing else in this potent price range. The Dynamites are all sold out. So get this and the other one. Monty Kriska, how you doing? If you can, please use my link. That would help me out. All right, everybody. Oh, Terry Curry got his. He got the last one before they were sold out. I'm happy that we know they're back. Okay, guys, so here's the problem. How you doing there, Velocity of Beast? The problem with this, they use an older 14 millimeter bearing. It's not a standard bearing. Monte Motorsports, thank you, bro, for gifting a membership to one of the best people and channel moderators out there, RC Adventures. I'm going to have to text him later and tell him. Okay, so here's the problem. You guys see, I kind of did a little wizardry there on top. Yeah, that's not what you want to see in your pull starter. Let me show you why. For some reason, this bearing sticks out beyond the shaft. Now, it's minimal, but that is not supposed to stick out. So I'm thinking either this is the wrong bearing or this is the wrong pull starter. So this, in fact, is a correct HPI pull starter, but obviously it's Flubberlane. What's up, bro? Obviously, it is not from this engine. I was under the impression that basically all of these generation pull starters are kind of the same. This is likely from just like one of their .15 engines. It doesn't really matter which one. It could be maybe even a .12. NitroStar doesn't say. But if it was from an SS engine, it would have said 18 or 15 SS. Angel Garcia was correct, actually. Yes, you're right, bro. Angel Garcia was correct. He said it was too big, the bearing. So the problem is, it fits here. But I have a situation. Well, now I've already basically attached screws. I can't get it to actually fit that well. So let me restart this. This might be a way. It's hard to demonstrate. So the way this pulse bearing fits, it does actually fit here. So the diameter is the correct size. You see that? The diameter is the correct size, but it should not be sticking out beyond that. You see what I mean? You have a little bit like a lip right there. That is not good. So I'm wondering why that is. Either the pull starter is too shallow or the bearing is too wide. Now, good luck getting one of these vintage bearings. It's not simple at all. This bearing is actually in really good condition. On the inside, I looked at it. All the needles are fine. Because having a dance party on the inside. So, anybody have any ideas why that's the case? Now, I did come up with a solution, everybody. My solution is kind of crude. The only solution I can do, Andrew Sir goes, I have a one-way from a later 3.0. So, the G3.0 18 engines use smaller bearings. They're 12 millimeters. These are 14. Okay, so that's definitely not the case. But I thought about that. I matched it up on other HPI engines I had. That definitely was not the case, bro. For 100% sure, not the case. I'm thinking, and I haven't checked this engine yet. It's possible this T15 might have the correct bearing. This one is actually in really good condition, other than the fact that it's a little seized, you know, just over time. Angel goes, 3D print a spacer. It's not that easy. I'm going to have to like manufacture one. It's pretty tough. It's much easier just to have the bearing. Now, I'm not sure. Maybe we should check the bearing in here. What do you guys think? Andrew Surrey, you might be correct, but the thing is the 3.0 pull starter, if you want, I could go down 2 whole flights of stairs and find you one. The problem is they have much smaller back plates. So the holes are not the same. The holes between, well, you know, the screw holes are not the same. They're not going to be, if you guys want, I can go get a 3.0 engine. You'll pretty much notice it's not the same. Yeah, Tiger ERC, bro, Thursday, we're throwing it in the mix, you know what I'm saying? You can't live life one day at a time when you're trying to make Nitro great again. You got to do it every chance you get, and today is the chance. Today is the chance. So the thing is, I don't think these are the same. This might actually fit. I don't know. I might try this adapter. Well, it's not really called an adapter. What do you guys think? You want me to go get a G3.0 engine? Or T, whatever one. They're the same, really. I mean, I could do a trial fit if you want. But it's probably not going to work. I mean, I have to go like 2 flights of stairs, though. It's going to be tough. All right, give me a second. I'm going to go 2 flights of stairs, baby. I'm back. I'm back, everybody. All right. So I brought 2 engines for our viewers' pleasure. One is regular G3.0, you know, because there's no built-in engine mounts. Hey, Tricky Gamer, how you doing? So this problem with this particular one, it's missing a front bearing. But other than that, it should be in normal condition. Let me catch my breath. I had to go up a lot of stairs. Sickening. Okay, the other engine is a Duratrax 18. Now, you guys might know that these generations of Duratrax engines were actually built by OS. All metal carb. This has OS vibes. Oh, God. My cough is coming back. OS vibes. Okay, so I'm going to give you all a choice. Which engine do you want me to disassemble the pull starter assembly from first to check the one-way bearing? The HPI or the Duratrax? I'm looking in the chat right now. Okay, we need an answer in the next 10 seconds or else I'm going to make a decision. Andrew Surrey goes HPI. All right, first one, got it. So we're going to do the HPI. All right, so everybody understands what the goal is. The goal is to get the correct one-way bearing or maybe even fit this entire back plate. Problem is, I don't think the screw holes are the same. They're not the same distance. You see what I'm saying? If you match it up like that, they're not the same. They're further out. So the back plates are definitely not going to be interchangeable. I mean, the assembly itself, the rotor start assembly is not going to same. It's not going to be the same. But maybe the bearing might be the same. So I'll attempt to do this. It's possible the bearing will be the same. But that's going to be a question. Guys, John Henson, yeah, it goes, I am right. If it was that easy as swapping the assembly itself, I would have already done it. right? I wouldn't have done a live stream just to pretend that I need things to do. Right, so here we go. Yeah, it's a rickety ragos. I'm pretty sure it's a 12 millimeter bearing. So am I. But there were viewers here that said that it could have been something else. So to satisfy the need to learn, I will examine it. How you doing there, GeoMac? Yeah, today's not Friday, but nitros need to get repaired. You know what I'm saying? So either way, we gotta repair them. And well, that's why I'm here. Hold on a second. All right. Well, let's just see what we got. Yeah, this is not the same bearing at all. Obviously, it's a 12 millimeter bearing. They're nowhere close to the same size. You see that? The older style ones are 14, newer style ones are 12. So, and also the housing itself, the screw holes are completely different. So this is dead end. This is not usable for our purposes, rather. Everybody agree with me on that or what? Everybody agree? For our purposes, it's not useful. They're not the same holes at all. So I'm going to put this one back. If you guys want, I could take a look at the Duratrax engine, which is an OS from the correct time period. It's a possibility. Yeah, Jim goes agreed. Andy Barnett with a thumbs up. Thank you guys for participating. All right. So I'm going to put this one to the side. For our purposes here, it's not useful. Next engine I have is this Duratrax engine, which essentially is an OS, manufactured engine. So I would assume a lot of the specs are going to be similar, bearing size and stuff like that at least. Probably not going to be the same anyway, so. Well, the other thing is, I also don't really know if I want to put this pull starter on it. I mean, the thing is, an OS pull starter like this, well, this is their branded, but it's basically OS spec. You could tell by the nice quality fuel tubing right here. Yeah, Aurora RC goes, is that 14 millimeter bearing longer than normal? To me, it appears to be longer. Wild Man Digging, how are you, man? Yeah, I'm going to show you Aurora RC up close. You see what I mean? Like this bearing is sticking up beyond the housing right there. That's not good. Not supposed to stick up that far beyond the housing. Now, you know, I'm not talking about a lot of distance. It's literally like maybe a 1.5 millimeter gap. The problem is, you can't put the screws in tight unless I create spacers. Oh, forgot one screw. Okay, so this particular unit is actually even more different. This starting shaft is significantly fatter. That is odd. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So take a look at them up close. It's significantly, the Duratrax starting shaft it's almost twice the thickness, right? Yeah, so they're not the same at all. So this is dead end too. So this is like a proper OS style one. The bearing seems to be embedded in the starter assembly, actually. Interesting. So let me put this one back. This engine is not going to work. Well, rather the parts are not going to be interchangeable. We agree? Yeah, Northeast Mods goes bummer. Yeah, it's totally different. The starting shaft is like twice the thickness. It's not going to work. So far I'm kind of going through my almost my entire small block collection there. Well, not rare engines. I mean more like used engines. Let's my last attempt is to check this one out. But it's good. This is a T15. So this is still a fairly old engine. Was around maybe 2003. So let's take it off. But it has a user-friendly Rotostar backplate. Wow, this is going to be a mystery too. This is kind of very, very low profile. Yeah, Raw RC goes, that's going to be a 12. It's going to be a 12, you're correct. I just want to show the viewers, you know. You're correct. Yeah, we're not going to find anything either of us don't know here. You know how it is. But maybe some people will appreciate the view. Yeah, but this is also... You need something from the 15FE era. Maybe the Pro 15, the Traxxas Pro 15 bearing. I don't think I have one of those, unfortunately. If I had a Traxxas Pro 15, it might work. But no guarantees there either. Well, I don't know. That looks to be kind of a fat bearing right there. You know what? That appears to be... I'm going to remove the old one. Hold on a hot minute. I don't know. This might be a mystery right here solved. Gotta be careful with this removal. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it on the engine. Hold the phone, goes John Hensley. Hold the phone. Let me put it on and just do it slowly. Hold on a second there. It might work. Gotta be careful. Hold on. So the string don't pull out. All right. Let me just do it off camera here myself. I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. Okay. It's almost there. All right, it's almost there. So what I'm doing, I'm kind of clamping down on this so don't come out. And pulling out the bearing slowly. Okay. We got the bearing. And the assembly is still fine. Spring looks okay. All right. Let's see. This is the old one. This is... It might be... Hot diggity damn dog. They're the same. T15. Other than the design, they look similar. So let me see what's going to happen with this one. The thing is, I don't want to destroy that engine, though, to be honest with you. It's possible I could just put that one in there now. All right, so this has to spin to the right. Okay, that means it goes in this way. Yeah, let me check before I put it on. Let me check before I put it on, everybody. It has to spin to the right. Okay, no, so it goes on this way. You know what? I'm not sure. It might still be bad. It still seems to be a little bit beyond the end of the starter shaft. What do you guys think? Should we give it a go? I'm going to have to remove these screws I put in. Might have been a subjectively interesting idea. I could always use them later. We got close to 100 viewers here, guys. I appreciate you. It's Thursday night. If you can, give this a bit of a thumbs up. If you want, that is. You know, I'm not here to force you to do anything. So we're going to find out. So Lotus 420 goes. The numbers go facing in. And that's what we got. You are right. This is a proper bearing. It says Germany. That's what the HPI bearings used to say, Germany. This is the Mercedes-Benz of bearings right here. Guarantee you, they're going to break right out of the warranty. Right out of warranty period. Okay, so I don't have any crazy washers there. This is flat. I mean, yeah, it's catching. It's catching to the right. I could spin it. All right. Well, we got the pull starter here with the screws. Let's see what happens. Guys, if this is a fix, I will be happy, but I don't know if it will. Oh, wow. Hot diggity dog. It seems to have slid right on. Let me attach this. Let me turn the screws in. I'm a little surprised, actually. I thought I was going to need washers. Let me see if that's going to work. I got a couple screws. So basically, these screws I cut down, you could see they've been dremeled, the end of it. Because getting this kind of short screws is actually kind of tough. They are all, by this point, all these screws are almost always totally stripped. I mean, we might have a success in our hands. I have 2 other screws, so once I get this in, we'll figure it out. So the problem before was when I tightened it up, the pull starter didn't spin back. Hot diggity dog, it might have fixed it. It might have fixed it. That was a genius idea on my part, actually. All right, I have the rest of the screws for the back, or for the rotor start, for the assembly here. Let me take them out. See, what's interesting is, I shouldn't say interesting, more like inconvenient, is when you use parts from one engine, put it in one engine, you're kind of where you started. So let's see if this is going to work. So I didn't really demonstrate what the problem was before, but I'll just tell you what the problem was before. The problem before was I had to leave this assembly like about 2 turns out because it wouldn't allow the cord to retract. So if I can tighten these screws to a normal degree and not have like a gap over here, that means the pull starter assembly is okay. Oh, hot diggity dog, it actually works. It retracts normal. Like it wasn't retracting at all before. And the screws were loose. Yeah, this is a hell yeah. I just need one more screw over there. So I got another screw, but I was gonna cut it. So basically what I've been doing is I've been taking these screws and cutting them. Don't know where my cutoff wheel is right now. Let me, oh, we got Texas Hill. How you doing, man? Happy to see you here. Guys, I'm honestly a little surprised. Oh, holy hot diggity dog. We might have been able to find the screw here too. This might be the correct one we need. So we're gonna find out. Thing is, you can't use a very long screw there. The engine mounts are nearby. All right, so everything is tight. I've tightened up all the screws. So before, what happened was I wasn't able to pull it. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beaut. John goes, hell yeah. I'm honestly surprised that worked. So the bearing was incorrect as we prophesized. Who here prophesized the bearing was incorrect? I was one of those prophecy tellers, bros. Okay, but now I got no bearing on this one. Sickening. Wesley Jones, thank you, bro, for becoming a channel member. You motivated me to do some creative problem solving on this rare HPI engine. So my goal was honestly to make sure I kept the HPI style pull starter. That was my goal. JC, J Crespo RC, how you doing? Rory Holler, how are you? Happy Thursday to you, man. So let me see. I'm wondering if I put the old bearing on this one, what's gonna happen? And that is a lot of oil on that. I should probably clean that up a little bit. Let me do a little clean job. Mark DiVincenzo, how you doing, man? Yeah, it's Thursday because, you know, I figured, bro, Nitros, they're making a big comeback in 2025. I mean, look at that. We got the RC10 GT on re-release. I'm going hard too. I'm going overtime myself, bro. Okay, so this motor's just seized a little bit, like it's hard to turn. Ugh. Ugh, I can't even turn it. I'm gonna have to disassemble this and clean this separately. It's a T15. I'm actually not a big fan of them. It's my least favorite engine. But as long as the parts are there, it's still a delight to own. It's a delight. Ream Customs, how you doing, bro, my dude? Well, let me assemble this back. Oh, yeah. Here's the problem. You see right now, with this pull starter, with this one-way bearing, this backplate don't fit. You see how there's a big hole now? Right there. Yeah, that bearing is too fat. So that was the issue I was coming across on that pull starter. You see that hole? It don't fit now, does it? And this is a 14mm bearing. Don't fit. So I'm still down one bearing, really. Damn it. Still down one, because it don't fit at all now. You see that? It don't line up. More like I can't get it to sit flush. Line up is not the right term. It don't sit flush. Yeah, Northeast Mods, I will check eBay for the T15 bearing. I guess I'm just going to have to leave it like this for now. There's not much I can do on this assembly for now, really. Yeah, this like sticks out too much. Odd, right? Let me just assemble it back so we don't lose the screws in general, overall. And I'll work on this later on. The goal today was the Nitro MT. So, you know, sometimes you have to salvage one engine to make one run. What can you do? You want to live the vintage Nitro Gang life? That's the reality right there. By the way, guys, for those of you that were trying to pick up the Kyosho GT2, it's in stock right now. It's the very first link, the second link in the description to this video. So go get it while they're still in stock. Yeah, so the thing is, you can't really grind. Mark DiVincenzo, how you doing? He goes, get the grinder out. You can't really grind the bearing. The needles would, you don't want to, that, you know, I thought about it, honestly, and I'm not, yeah, it's not a good idea, bro. Not a good idea. Jim Palazzolo goes, been watching all your previous videos. Great info. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, my goal, you know, is just, it's simple. It's simple, really. Make nitros great again. This is one of those times, right? But unfortunately, that's the case with this one. All right, I'm going to have to come back to this engine sooner or later. You know, maybe one day down the line, I'll get a proper bearing. I'll put it in, but this is a non-runner as it sits right now. This is just a parts engine for now. But the rest of it is actually pretty good. The carb is good. And these are pretty tough to get carbs, actually. Look at this. 2-needle carb, brass high-speed needle, no plastic parts. This is a proper carb, bro. T15. So this was like the second engine they introduced in the regular, what was it? It was either Nitro MT or the RS4 III. This is the engine that came in the RS4 III. Before the T3.0. Not my favorite, but, you know, it's still an engine. All right, so I got rid of it for now. Well, guys, I think it's time to put this in the truck. But it's always a good idea to check the clutch first, because you'd be surprised. Clutch bearings in these old cars, usually a disaster. So I'm going to spin it. It seems to spin perfect. There's a pretty small amount of play. That's pretty much manageable. It's a single speed, so it's not the end of the world. But if you guys want me to check the clutch inside and the bearing, I will. Just let me know. Let me know. Check the clutch bearing or what? It's probably a good idea to check it, though. Right there. All right, Wesley and Texas Hill goes, check it. Guys, I'm going to run out of time for this awesome old Tower Hobby Speed Mart. Melissa told me she wants me in bed by 10. Sickening. I just want to flip through this. No, but in reality, you should always check it before you put it back. You'd be surprised how many times these things are usually always bad. Okay, 1, 2, 3, turn. Okay, there's a good amount of thread lock in there from what I can tell so far. Screw is coming out nicely. So guys, more than likely tomorrow there will be no Friday Night Nitro. I have plans. Okay, I have plans, and my plans are not with the Nitro Gang. I'm sad to say that. So today, treat this like Nitro Friday. That's why we're here today, everybody. Okay, we got that out. Let me slide this out. Oh, I see something special in there. Oh, yeah. I think I see two special things in there. Who wants to tell me what they see and what they like? This has the upgraded bearings instead of the needle bearings. So these are like proper bearings. I have the bearing size if anybody ever needs. Just leave a comment in this video later, I'll tell you. All right, Jimmy George, how you doing? Welcome to Thursday Night Nitro. We're replacing Fridays. Okay, so let me get these parts back in. You don't want to lose them the way this is spaced. All right, so who wants to talk to me about this clutch? Because I'm going to be honest with you, bros. This thing is a game changer. It's a game changer. By the way, these bearings is what you need to upgrade. Let's say you have the noise from your old roller bearings or needle bearings. Same thing for the USA 1. They use the same size bearings, in case anybody was curious. This is what you call an HPI racing clutch. And it is actually correctly set up. John Hansen goes, never seen one like that before. So what happens is, normally this was a regular, well, they would have 3 holes, right? It's a spring. It would originally look kind of like the Traxxas clutch, except it's adjustable. This was called the adjustable racing clutch, sold for the RS4 series. And you would cut off the piece that you didn't need to lighten it up, and then use either, there were 3 sets of screws here, but obviously one of them has been cut. I'm not sure which position. This is probably the lightest position, I think. I think this is the light position. Me personally, I always use the middle position for the screws, for the flywheel pegs rather. I always use the middle. There normally is a 3rd hole right here, but we just don't see it right now. If you guys want me to show you what it looks like in a manual, I can pull up a manual. I mean, I have access to all primary source information, obviously. I do hardcore research. I mean, I'll pull up the manual right now. If I can find it, that is. Hold on. I got it somewhere. Google. Yeah. I think people want to see it. Okay, I'm about to pull it up. Nitro Racing Clutch, it's called. A885. All right, you all ready for this? Go ahead. Let me know if you're ready for this. Well, bros, here it goes. I told you I had all the primary source information, guys. You see that? So this is the HPI Racing Clutch. Let's talk about it a little bit. Nitro Racing Clutch. Sickening investigation over here. I'll even make the screen a little brighter for you all so you could see. So the position we're in now is the furthest away from here. Let's see which position that is. Blah, blah, blah. Ah, damn. I'm not too happy about that. I don't know, whatever. It says clutch shoes. This setup allows the clutch to engage at higher RPM for more bottom end. I always do the middle. You never want to go full RPM, bro. There it goes, sickening. Yeah, so this is the logic of how it works. Normally, you would get the clutch. It would be a complete circle like that, 2 shoes, but 3 different holes. Normal position, they call it. That's normal. So that would be closest to the cutout area where highlighted with the hobby knife. So the guy did that. And what we have is basically this setup. We got crazy RPM. It says Good for high bite tracks. Sickening. Well, guys, you just became experts on RS4 racing clutch tuning. Very, very rare model clutch, by the way. This was the clutch that was the optional clutch for this generation of RCs. From Irvine, California. I've been there. Wonder if it's on fire now. Hopefully not. Sickening. We good? All right. All right, so yeah, to confirm once again, we are at the high RPM engagement section. So the guy cut off as instructed in the manual, looks cleanly cut. You could see the hobby knife was used. The spring is in normal condition. Let's put it back in. Michael Sucha goes, my old lady wants to make my hobby room into a spare room. Tell her, yeah, it's your spare room for RCs, man. Actually, tell her, does she care about your sanity? And if she does, tell her, that's what you need. Tell her, some people have really bad hobbies, wifey. But me, I have positive hobbies. Okay, so I'll put it back. Spins nicely. No, it's the truth, man. Some people have really bad hobbies. And by bad, I mean illegal. Let me put it back. You could also tell her, hey, how about I get some shelves and put some stuff on the wall? That's what I told Melissa. All right, let's tighten up the screw. So did you guys find that little show and tell in the clutch interesting or what? All right, it's hella tight and it spins really good. If you want your clutch belt to spin like that on the old RS4s, you gotta get those bearings, not the needle bearings. Those are what you need. EHLLY 2024. What's up, bro? Don't know how to pronounce your username, so I just read it. Sickening. All right, everybody. I think I really don't have any more issues here, to be honest with you, other than the shocks. The shocks suck. I'm gonna have to put some oil in them. Okay, everybody. I'm thinking, put the engine back in. One thing I'm not totally happy with, let's see. I'm gonna have to actually, before I put this in, it's not a bad idea to find the screws you need. You gotta find the screws you need. All right, so let me go dig through the screws I need. I had a couple screws, but they all pretty much suck. So these were the original screws that I had in this. By original, I mean, you know, after they were replaced many times. Half of them are basically stripped. Like this one, it's trash. Not good. Some of them are okay. So what I'll do, let me put these on the side. Monty Motorsports goes, will I ultimately change the clutch? No, because that clutch is fine. It's actually, it's not broken. I know it might look like it is, but it's not broken. Trust me. I wouldn't actually cut it, but like it was cut and it's still in good operation. All right, so I need to find some modern screws for it. This is usually a problem. A lot of the engine mounts use like smaller screws than you would really expect. And they can't be that long. Sometimes I don't even have them. Or you gotta cut them. I might have to cut them. What I need is more screws in this kit. Yeah, these are all too long. These are not gonna fit. These are all too long. This one might fit, but it's way too long. This one. So this screw kit is toast for now. Let me see my other screw kit. And pretty much all toast. There might be one. Let me just hand check if it fits. All right, this one's good. This is like a proper screw right here. So I have one that's like normal. One that fits okay. Nope, don't have another one. Well, at this point I don't, at least, I think. I might have to reuse the stock screws, I think, for now. All right, it's no big deal. I'm gonna have to just reuse the stock screw. Which I'll just pick the better ones. Ones like this is pretty bad, but it'll screw in. Whatever, I could replace them one at a time later. All right, everybody. I have washers. They're not very good washers. So we'll adjust the gear mesh as soon as I get to it. Man, I'm a little happy that this was actually fixed. One of the annoying parts on these old models is the fact that the fuel line is extremely close to all the moving parts. You got to be careful with fuel line management. How you doing there? Off the guy, happy to see you, man. Yeah, we're well, I'm working on a original RS4 Mt with a rare 15 SS engine. This was the direct HPI upgrade engine for, well, anything at this time period. And at this point, I'm just trying to mount the engine back in, but it looks like I'm missing the correct screws for a little bit of them. Yeah, Jim Palazzolo, Palazzolo. Yeah, this is just, obviously it's the incorrect header for this chassis. You need more of a proper high flow header. But this is the one I had. In fact, this is likely the original header from the 15 FE engine that this would have included, right? So yeah, I mean, it did get like 30 miles an hour with it, so you know, whatever. It's not the best. Obviously, 90-degree headers is not what you want, like, ever. All right, so I'm going to start attaching the engine screws slowly. Yep, Texas Hill goes, I had that truck. It was my first Nitro from eBay. Engine was toast. Yeah, more than likely, all of these will have engines that are toast, just because they used to be ABN engines. So yeah, they were generally not very. They didn't have longevity, is what I'll say. Their longevity was low. So I'm trying to pick the best of the worst screws there are. Northeast Mods goes, am I firing it up? Not sure, man. All right, I got 2 in so far. Terra goes, so this is the model after the MT Racer. This is before that. This is the very first RS4. Before the, I think it's before the Nitro Rush. The Nitro Rush was basically the MT Racer. Well, two-wheel drive. The Racer was just the more optioned model. This is before. Yeah, this is before it was, so kind of the history goes like this, right? Trucks weren't as popular during this time period, so the RS4 was really, really popular. Let me adjust the gear mesh in a little bit. This was more or less, the reason they call it an RS4 MT, I'm assuming this was part of the intention. Don't like, you know, quote me on this or take it out of context here, but monster trucks weren't really a thing at this time. This is before T-Max. That stuff wasn't even out yet. And, you know, they were basically using an RS4 chassis to make it a rally. Essentially, this was a shaft drive RS4. In my opinion, that's what I would call it. It was a shaft drive RS4 to me. All right. Let me start adjusting gear mesh. There was an old magazine I did show one time where they referred to it as the RS4 MT. So it was kind of like a package, you know, like you would consider it that. Kind of like Audi would call their wagons the Avant, right? The Audi Avant A4, whatever. All right, gear mesh is pretty good so far. I didn't tighten it down though, but I will right now. Gear mesh is perfect. All right, now I'm going to tighten it down real good. Well, as soon as you tighten it down, it changes a little bit, but I'll see, because I didn't really have the screws tight before. All right, yeah. Gear mesh is solid, everybody. If you want proof, I'll show you some proof. You want proof? I'll show you some proof. Look at that gear mesh. That is meshing. Do we see that gear mesh? That is so meshed, you could make mashed potatoes out of that. And it's not making any weird noises, because my clutch belts are good. No weird noises, no grinding, and the mesh is sickening. All right. Let me tighten the other parts. I mean, honestly, I'm pretty happy with this repair tonight, everybody. That was a weird one-way bearing I had. This is the wrong one, that's why. Okay, that one's tight. Still good clutch mesh, gear mesh. This one's good. This one's good. Later on, I'll put some thread lock on it when I take one at a time. This one's good. That's it. Thanks, Offner Guy, man. I mean, you know, this is just a RS4 MT. Well, the thing is, this is not just a regular one. This is the very first generation. And in fact, not many of these are still around. Now, how can you tell this is the first gen? The second generation models, the battery, it has a battery door on top, like the RS4 chassis series generally. This one, I'm going to use my efficient laser pointer. You could see right there. There's a zip tie holding the battery pack down. So the only way to get to the battery pack, you'd have to remove this whole radio tray and lift it from the bottom. More like drop it. You would have to drop it like it's hot, basically. You know what I'm saying? Drop it like it's hot, and then you'll get it. So if you take a look right there, there it is. Yeah, Texas Hill knows. There's the battery pack. Drop it like it's hot, basically. You can't slide it from the back. You would have to literally lift all this. And it's not that difficult. If you guys want, I might show you, but honestly, I'm kind of lazy right now already. Well, I don't want to say lazy. Lazy is not the right term. You're never lazy for nitro, but it's unnecessary effort, I would say. What's up, Ben? Just figured out the problem with this RS4 Mt. It was the wrong one-way bearing. Oops. Okay, that's good. So I don't have a receiver in here right now, but as soon as I get one in, this is going on a run. So the most important thing now is when I pull the pull starter, it retracts. Oh yeah. We have average compression, I would say. It lifts the rear wheels up. And the pull starter retracts. Carb opens, brakes work. It's a runner. Oh yeah. The pull starter fits perfectly now, so it seems I had the wrong bearing installed. Right? So you got a question from Texas Hill goes, the shocks. So the rear shocks they're moderate. The front shocks have no oil at all. Okay, so 0 oil gang in the front. Monty Motorsports, no test run right now, man. It's like negative degrees outside. You know, I got work tomorrow, bro. I can't get sick. You know, this is a working man's channel. Everyone thinks you hit 100K and you're like, you know, you quit your job. That's not the case. And I'm proud to say that will probably never be the case. And I'm okay with that. You know why? Because this is not a cheap Chinese RC that I'm trying to get you to buy. That's why. All right, everybody. I got a question for you. Who wants to take a look? Tower Hobby Speed Mart, the year 2000. Texas Hill wants to see. So this body's pretty not great, but like, you know, it is original. I've done what I can to repair it. It doesn't 100% fit, probably because the chassis is slightly, well, who knows? Maybe the guy drilled the holes wrong. Yeah, it doesn't totally fit, but it does fit. But like that side pops out. It could be because, you know, the prior owner drilled the holes wrong too, as well. How you doing there, John Gangan? How you doing, man? By the way, everybody, if you still want the Kyosho GT2, it's back in stock. Click the link in my video. It's a second link. Get the GT2 before they are sold out again, because you don't know what's going to happen. But I know that I'm going to look at that magazine right now. Pacing, how you doing? Congratulations. We got a dedicated channel viewer. Pacing started his first day of college for auto techs. Well, man, I got a Lincoln LS with a ton of problems. Actually, it only has like one problem. But I'm sure it'll have more. It's a Lincoln LS, you know. Man, I wonder what the auto techs are working on these days, car-wise. Let me see what you guys are saying before I flip this open. Oh, yeah, pacing goes a lot of wiring and diagnostics. That's what car repair has come down to, you know. It's just diagnostics, basically. Which makes sense. Soon we're going to have the neural net of Porsches, you know. They're going to release the new Porsche Panamera neural net edition. It's going to break down just as much as the current Panamera. Who here likes the Panamera? I do. But you know what? They're cheap like a Maserati for a reason. Mighty Mike, how you doing? Mighty Mike wants to know, do I have the Nitro Demon? I do not, man. I do not. I never had it. We'll take a look at it. I mean, it's a pretty famous RC just because it was involved in some lawsuits. But, you know, just because it was in lawsuits, don't make it good. If you know anything about dirt tracks, bro, you would know that it's only good on paper. And I stand behind that claim. By the way, did you guys see that sickening short I loaded up the other day with Nitro Gang member Mike with that dirt tracks? That's something you got to see. If you're here and you haven't given it a thumbs up, please tell me why. We could have a conversation about it. The year 2000. Greatness. All right, so here we have a bunch of dirt tracks. We have some coupons. I've basically had all these cars on the channel so far, other than this one. Never had this Durtrax Maximum BX ever. Thanks, man, Travis Robinson. I appreciate that. All right. Let's see what we got over here. Oh, here's the Dirt Demon. This is the model everybody wants to know, I guess, and talk about. So I guess we could take a quick detailed look at the Dirt Nitro Demon. Why I keep calling it Dirt Demon? Sickening. What's more interesting is this is a 25-year-old mailer. This really isn't the catalog. This is a monthly mailer that they used to send. It says huge, fun, and ready to run. Drive, let's see, ready to run with radio made by Futaba, blah, blah, that makes sense. Take stadium truck by storm, racing by storm with a new Nitro Demon. All RTR services, no building, no finishing, no shopping. It's a Torque 21 2-channel. Comes with a video. Typical Durtrack stuff. Hey there, Stone FPV man. How you doing? I'm just out here. John Gone. Yes. Well, I think they were called Tower Talk later on, but this was Speed Mart. It's a monthly circular they used to send. This is one that I actually had back when I was like, yeah, I would have been in middle school by then. So that, guys, goes to show you that the Nitro Gang here isn't faking it. This is real. Okay, so Durtrack's Real Race Simulator. It's a simulator where you could drive the Durtrax RCs. Pretty creative, actually. Pretty creative. Came with a radio. Oh, man. RC10 GT. Here it is. This isn't the one that's actually on pre-order. This is the newer generation flat chassis one. John goes, I would like to build a kit. Any suggestions? The Kyosho FW06. The FW06. You want a link to it? I'll give you a link to it right now. You want a link to it? I'll do it right now. You want like a nitro kit? I got you. You guys see how efficient I am? Here you go. I mean, that's like, you know, a low end 10 scale nitro kit, but I'm, you know, comes with engine. It's fun. I had this on the channel many times already. It's super solid. It's easy to run. It's a 2-speed baby. So you're going to have a good time with it. We got HPI 4-wheel drive. So John, I'm telling you, click that link right there. It's a really good chassis. I have a couple videos on them. They're about $289, and there's a coupon. You're not going to get anything better than that, bro. For like a nitro touring car kit, that is. You know, it comes with wheels. It doesn't come with a body, though, so no body. But you build it, you know, you need your own electronics and wheels. I mean, I'm sorry, and body. But bodies these days, not too bad on eBay. You can pick up pretty much anything you want for a 10 scale, 200 millimeter chassis. All right, so what do we got? Well, we got our HPIs. We're not going to get into the HPIs that much here. Kyosho Inferno, $4.99. John, you got it, man. It's a great suggestion, and it's probably, well, no, it's 100% the cheapest nitro kit with an engine you could buy right now that's in stock. There's literally nothing else. All right, so here we got the Duratrex. This is the one I talked about in yesterday's, oh, it wasn't yesterday, it was a couple days ago at this point already. 50 miles per hour. I don't know if these actually ever hit that, but they do have the DNA to hit that. So they had a proper .16 engine, a tuned pipe, and a 2-speed. Travis Robinson, man, I'm telling you, you would like it. There's nothing cheaper than that chassis, right? So, and I have it myself, and I've done like, I'm telling you, like 4 or 5 videos on it already. So, and it really hasn't let me down. And it's a proper 2-speed, and it comes with a pipe. Generally, you know, kits. Just so you guys know, like I'm sure everyone here knows that it's not like I have to teach you, or, you know, whatever. Nitro kits usually don't come with anything other than the chassis. Lucas, man, see you later. And I mean, no, pacing, bro. See you later. Sorry, man. Incorrect. Good luck in school, bro. Tell us what you're working on and tell us which cars suck. I know you're going to come back and say the Quattroporte, Maserati, right? You're going to come back and say Lexus LS 460. You're going to say it. The GS 300. I got you. I know. They all suck. I know how it is. I like them, but they suck. You know what I mean? They're like people, man. All right. Let's continue. Here we got the very early generations of the T-Max. As you could see, they still have the old color scheme on the T-Max. I don't know, man. This is, I think, before they call it, what do they call them after that? The Pro Graphics. This is a sickening color scheme, in my opinion. Reminds me of one of those well, no, it's not a jet fighter. World War II bombers. Well, what were they called? I forgot who piloted them, but they basically used to paint, you know, teeth on their World War II bombers, fighters. They're not bombers. Okay, Nitro Rustler, typical stuff. Nitro Fortec, sickening. So the Nitro Fortec Ultimate Combo was $342, and the RTR was $299. Interesting. Notice they used to sell the Fortec in the ARR model, so $250. So basically, I'm sure you just needed your own electronics. $250. That's a deal. Deal and a half. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, we got some special ones for Offna guy. We got the Ultra GT LX RTR. Let's see how much it was. Well, $219. No, but that's RR with engine 319. They weren't that cheap, really. Ultra GT LX Pro with engine 319. That's not that cheap. The RTR over here on the bottom, Ultra GT LX, I have that exact model with the Force 21. I have this one on the bottom. $349. Sickening. Yep. I mean, this wasn't cheap back then, right? Like, I mean, my first job, what was it, like in the 2000s? I worked in a grocery store. I was making like, what? Yeah, $5.25 an hour in a grocery store. So technically, you know, imagine how long it'll take you to earn that kind of money after tax. You'll be there all summer. What's up there, KGM5512? How you doing, man? We're, for everyone just joining us, I'm going over a very, very old year 2000 issue of Tower Hobbies Speed Mart. This was a monthly mailer that they sent out to people. Best looking color pictures I've ever seen. Yeah, Terra goes, yeah, gotta remember, it really wasn't cheap at the time, you know. I mean, yeah, my first job in a grocery store in like the mid-2000s, yeah, I was literally making, you know, on the books, you know, $5.25 an hour. So at that rate, that would have taken you forever. Okay, we got the USA 1 electric and USA 1 nitro crusher. You guys might know I have the nitro crusher. That needs a lot of work. Let's see what it was. Nitro crusher with GS21, the third one from the bottom, $449. Yeah, so that, you know, technically the modern USA 1 is only $500. It's actually way cheaper than this used to be back then, right? Kyosho Ultima, never had one. Oh man, we got everybody's favorite Kyosho ATV Quad Rider. Oh, hold on, is that an electric? Why are they showing us an electric right here? Ain't nobody want that. The 229 and for the combo. I mean, it's still cool though. Still the same chassis. On the bottom they have the Kyosho Blizzard. That's the electric model. Okay, so my old reference to the RS4 Mt, people were asking me. Well, actually, no, it was Tarek asking me. I forgot who was asking me. Faces 98A, thank you, man. I hope you're a subscriber and you gave it a thumbs up. That would really help me out a little bit more. So the question is, what about the naming with the RS4s? Notice right here it says RS4 Mt. Yep, that's what they used to call them back then. This is another one. RS4 Mt. You see that? So they were kind of like a package. The Nitro MT, the MT didn't really exist. They were called the RS4 MT. And if you guys want more proof, do you just let me know. Do you want more proof? I'm all for proof, baby. I'm all for proof. If you take a look at the naming right here, they got, it says RS4 MT. Notice it will never say. It will never say just MT, ever. Make sense? Makes sense. I think this is the electric section, actually. Yeah, it looks like they had it separated by electric. Let's see, the Geomax said, I got to read this. That's going to be interesting. Geomax has great facts. I remember I worked all summer of 2000 to get my own computer. I managed to save $700. Exactly. I worked all summer and bought a Nitro RS4 III. That was it. Here we got the RCs that look like they're less popular. You could tell they devote a lot less real estate space to them, like in the magazine. Tamiyas. TC3s on the bottom. Team Losi Triple XNT. These are the screws, if you guys have noticed, that I've been using many times. The Kyosho Carades, it's called. Oh man, Texas Hill's first job, McDonald's, $3.25. Holy moly! You couldn't even bought the Carades over here, man. So these are the Kyosho screws I use. Many of them are pretty good. Let's see how much these were. $11. Sickening. Doesn't it feel good when you find something in an old magazine that you actually have? I don't know, man. I feel great about it. Man, the pages have really, really yellowed. Just like the old tower PCs from the 1980s and 90s, right? Here we got bodies, we got wheels. Right, everybody, the rest of this is basically just like parts. Oh, we got engines. You know what? I might cover engines later. I don't know. It's about time for me to go, everybody. Successful repair on the RS4 MT. This marine outboard motor. I'm going to look through this myself later. Guys, if you appreciate the live, Let a brother know. BMR, how you doing? Yes, it's Thursday night Nitro. You know, pretty much any day could be a Nitro day. And in my household, it actually is every single day. But, you know, videos have to get edited. Things have to get done behind the scenes. Laundry has to get done and taken out. John, you enjoy your deep dish pizza, man. What kind of toppings did you get? Did you get pepperoni? I'm not a big pepperoni lover, to be honest with you. I'll go with mushroom and pepper, maybe, and some onion, you know. Andy Barnett, bro, anytime. By anytime, I mean stream nights, you know. All right, everybody, that's about it. I'm going to read this myself. It's some sickening OS stuff over here. Guys, you all have a good night. Stay real, stay true. Defend what you believe and what is right. And always question reality. Have a good night, everybody.